The Erinview is owned by Sifton, which is a family-based company. So we have a really genuine family culture throughout the community. And I think that's what draws us. When people walk into the door, you really get that sense of, I'm home.
In this video, you'll meet Tamara Billy, who's the Sales and Marketing Manager at the Erinview by Sifton in Mississauga, Ontario. And in this video, you'll hear her talk about how the Erinview welcomes new residents into its community. And you'll also hear her explain how Sifton communities, especially the Erinview, creates a family feel. So why don't you start by telling us 3 things that you love about your job?
3 things I would say I love about my job would be the residents, the team member, and the culture. The residents make every day so wonderful. It's like you never know what you're going to expect, and putting joy into someone else's life really makes you happy inside. The team that I work with here is probably the most amazing team I've ever worked with anywhere. We have a really good family feel here when you work with them. Some of the team members that I have here have been here 25 years, some of them over 25 years. So it really builds that really good family atmosphere.
And how long have you been at the Erinview?
I've been in this position for a little over 4 years, and I've worked with Sifton for 5.
And what drew you to this line of work, this industry of working with seniors in independent and assisted living residences?
Well, prior to this, I was working with seniors in real estate, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And then I got this opportunity to work in a different capacity, and I loved it so much more. I found it way more fulfilling to be able to help them on this end in their journey, and that's what drew me to it, and that's why I stayed.
And what is it about being able to help people at this stage of life that you find gratifying? And what would you say is a memory that sticks out that tells you why you love doing this work?
It's just genuine. This is the time of their life when they are the most nervous. They've lived in usually their family home for 30, 40 years, and to make the move into a seniors community, they're really not sure what to expect. So giving someone the opportunity and educating them on how wonderful these years can be and how much joy you can get, and some of the things that maybe they're missing that they weren't doing at home, the socialization, the programs that we offer here, that's what makes it different. I would say if I had to highlight a moment, just one, I have so many, to be honest, with family members. But it's just the thank you that when a daughter or a son comes up to me and they're like, my mom or my dad is totally different, that they've changed, they're just thriving. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. I think that is probably my most gratifying moment.
And yeah, as you say, it is a really emotional time in somebody's life and really nerve-wracking, and it's such a big moment of change. What's something that you say to new members of the Erinview that are struggling with that transition? And do you have things in place to help them adjust to retirement residence life?
Yes. So the first thing I would say to anybody that is considering a retirement would be tour a community. You got to really figure out what it is that you like to do. What are your hobbies? Do you have any hobbies that you used to do? And sometimes the adult children need to explore those options as well, because their parents might not do them anymore. And then when touring a community, you really got to figure out if that's the right feel for you. We all offer wonderful features here, but you just want to make sure that the community that you choose has all the features that your mom or dad is gonna love. And there are so many more options than you probably think there are in retirement living.
And what are some of those options that people don't realize are out there? Do you mean in terms of levels of care that you can get at a residence, or in terms of just the activities and the amenities and features that some residences can have on site?
I would say both. So some of them don't realize the immensity of the features that different communities offer, and just the socializing programs that are in. So there's like bridge club, bingo, live entertainment, different socials, there's outings, there's an array of features that they can do. Plus, retirement homes offer different care levels as well.
And what would you say is unique to the Erinview in Mississauga? Because there are some options that families and individuals can have as they're going through their search, but what draws people to the Erinview specifically?
Well, the Erinview is owned by Sifton, which is a family-based company. So we have a really genuine family culture throughout the community. And I think that's what draws us. When people walk into the door, you really get that sense of, I'm home. This is my homey feeling. You know that the staff know all the residents know all the staff. And like I said before, we have team members that have been here 25 years, 10 years, 15 years. So everybody knows everybody quite well. So it is like, your aunt or your grandma or your mom. It's really, really a homey atmosphere.
It first opened in 1979, is that right?
Yes.
And what are some of the updates? It does have that legacy. I'm assuming that there's not, the feature hasn't been unchanged since 1979. So how has it updated more recently? And how would you say it competes on that newer level?
Well, that's a great question. So actually, we actually just opened our brand new community February of 2020, so February of this year. So we have a great new facility for all of our residents that are here. We have brand new large suites, bright open concept, different multi-purpose rooms for them to use, gyms, hair salons, lots of features and services. So that definitely sets us apart from our competitors in the area.
What's one of your favorite programs or features that the Erinview offers on site?
My favorite feature or program that we have would be the live entertainment. We do it weekly here with different vendors that do come in. The residents really get joy out of it. We try to pair it with some type of food and drink to make it a theme weekly. So I always try to get in there. And the glow on their faces is wonderful with the entertainment.
What are the opportunities that residents at the Erinview have to explore the community that they're in? So whether that's Mississauga or potentially the city of Toronto itself?
Well, we have an array of programs that we take the residents to and do within the community. So we enjoy mall trips. We go outside the GTA into the Royal Botanical Gardens. We do the zoo, African Lion Safari, you name it, and we put it on the calendar. One of the things that is unique about us is because we're a small knit community here, we're able to provide more personalized programs for residents. So if someone did bring up a suggestion as to where they might want to go or what they might want to see, we're normally able to try to implement it within the calendar.
And in terms of the levels of care that the Erinview provides, there isn't an independent living program that gives residents a lot of independence and they get to lead their own lives. There's also multiple layers of assisted care that you can provide. Can you detail what those options are for families who are just beginning their search and don't really know what they need yet?
So the residents that come to live at the Erinview come to live with us for many different reasons. We definitely champion independence here with our residents, but we're able to provide an array of care for them. We do individualized care plans for all of our residents based on their needs, and we're able to accommodate most care levels.
And how do you handle communications with families? Say if something happens with their parent that are living at the Erinview, or if they have a question to bring to administration, what are those channels that are open for them?
I think we do a wonderful job at communication here with the families at the Erinview. Over the last 6 months, we've actually excelled in that, keeping up with all of the updates and everything that's going on in the community. We do it via email, personalized phone calls, one-on-one meetings. We kind of take an approach as whatever means necessary. We know that family members have different schedules and different lifestyles and prefer to communicate in different ways. So we take all that into consideration and provide the utmost transparency when it comes to dealing with our clients.
And what advice do you have for families who are helping their parent make this transition in their life, and there's some disagreement between whether it's the right time or whether it's the right place, or there just is one part of the family that is more invested or open to this transition than the other?
I would say get the whole family together and come for a visit. That is the best way that they're going to know. If your mom or your dad is the one that that you're looking for, they need to be here. They need to decide if this is what they want. And when they get here, normally they do. They realize that this is a place where it's a lot of fun and it's exciting, and they end up chatting with people, which gives everybody a new perspective on retirement. So I'd say just book an appointment for the community, get the feel for it, meet the people.
What's the culture like at the Erinview, and how would you describe the atmosphere that the staff and the residents create there?
We have a very family-based culture here at the Erinview. Sifton, we're owned by Sifton, and they created this wonderful family-based culture where we trust and respect each other. We have a very open door policy here, so our residents can definitely come in and talk to us and communicate as needed. We really champion our residents' independence here and thrive on making sure that they're living their best life.
What's your favorite thing on the menu?
Okay, it would honestly have to be the chicken shawarma. Although almost every soup we have here is amazing, and I have to say I probably gained a few pounds working here.
What advice do you have for families and for individuals who are going through their search now for the right place?
My advice would be really take some time and find out what it is your parents are looking for in a home. What are their needs? And then tour. When you're touring a home, the most important thing to look for is the team member engagement with the residents and the residents' engagement with the team members. That tells so much when you're in a community. You really want somewhere that feels like home. And when you walk into anywhere, whether it is a retirement home or a grocery store, you get a feeling. So the feeling that you want to take away is a wonderful, homey atmosphere that you can see your parents at.
What do you think are some misconceptions or misunderstandings that people who aren't as familiar with the industry as you are have about retirement residences, and really what they entail for seniors in Canada?
One of the misconceptions that people have is that retirement homes don't offer the services and features that we do. So they don't realize that when moving to a retirement community, that there are an array of activity programs, a vibrant lifestyle, a great social calendar, a chef that cooks all of your meals for you that are wonderful.
What surprised you personally about joining the Erinview? What's something that that you remember first really noticing about the place?
One of the first things that I noticed about the place was the culture. I would have to definitely say the culture. Our corporate office is very involved. They're in the communities all the time. They know the residents really well, and that really surprised me. Normally in organizations, you don't see that, but here they're right in there like everybody else.
And what does a typical day look like for you in the residence, and how do you spend your time?
There is no typical day for me in the community. Every day is different. Every day I strive to make a residence day better. So depending on what that looks like, that shapes my day. So I deal a lot with the fan members in the community. I help people with their transition from home into the Erinview. And then I spend some time with my residents here, with whatever they need. Sometimes it's helping them with their puzzle that they can't quite finish on their own because maybe they're missing a piece. Or checking in on residents with their lunch, making sure everything's wonderful here. There is no typical day, and I think that's probably why I love working here.
Anything else that you haven't said about the Erinview that you want to make sure that you mention?
Well, if I can sum up everything that we spoke about, um, our culture here is what sets us apart from everybody else. Our team here, is wonderful, and the family relationship that we do have with our residents sets us apart. We strive every day to make our residents' life wonderful. We go a step above and beyond, I would say, in doing that, and the residents get to set the pace here for what they want to do. We champion independence for our residents, and we're able to provide amazing levels of care here for them. So anybody that is interested in retirement, I would definitely suggest giving me a call. Come on down to the Erinview. I think you would be pleasantly surprised.
And can you think of a time where the Erinview went above and beyond for a resident in whatever they needed?
Every day we do that. So to give you one scenario where we do that would be unfair. I think every day a resident has a unique need or a request, whether it is, how do I install an app on my cell phone? And other residents, want interaction to go for a walk outside, but they don't want to go by themselves. There's a million different things that we do on a daily basis, and to just state one would be an understatement from what we do here.